So I wake up and I got these two yellow eyes just staring at me, right? And I'm like, whoa, right? Like, what is that? And I see this white cat just take off, right? It like started jumping up on the walls, and then when it finally got to a safe spot, it like looked down on me. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, that's crazy. Like a white cat just staring me in the eyes, like just watching over me or something, right? And so, that kind of, triggered me to get up quickly. And I was hearing, like I said, the kids, walking to school. And, it was a lot of kids, everyone was up and about. And so I was like, yeah, you know what? It's time to get up. I see the sun, coming out. And so I wake up, do a quick prayer, read my Bible, do a quick workout. And then I'm like, all right, let's go to that mountain that I still have to climb, right? And so I'm over there, I'm walking, and something that I hadn't mentioned before, but is really necessary to the story, is that anytime I asked somebody how to get to the mountain, everyone was like, don't go to that mountain. Like, don't go to that mountain. Like, there's cops up there. You'll get shot if you go up there. You'll get like kidnapped. Like, don't go up there, right? Like, everyone I asked was scared. And I'm like, dude, like, if God tells me to go up to this mountain, I'm going to go up to this mountain. Like, I don't care what anyone says. And so I disregarded what everyone was telling me. And I was like, I'm going to go to that mountain. And so I started walking, like I said, got closer to the mountain, and around the mountain, I could see there was a huge fence all around it, right? And I'm like, God, do you want me to hop this thing? Or like, do you want me to find the entrance? Like, what do you want me to do, right? And, I just kept walking closer. I didn't have a response from God. And what I ended up doing, I just kind of like, pulled myself up on the fence, and it was like a brick wall. So I pulled myself up the brick wall, and I just looked over, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't look like, anything bad's gonna happen. It's just open land, right? It was just open land straight up the mountain. And so I dropped myself down, and I'm like, God, I've been hearing what all these people are saying. They're saying that I could potentially get shot, I could get kidnapped here. But if you want me to go, God, if you want me to climb the mountain, give me a sign, God. Give me a sign like Gideon, right? If you read the Bible, you know what signs I'm talking about that Gideon gave God. And I was like, I need a supernatural like sign that you want me to climb up this mountain. And so I was like, for some reason I'm like, can you make a butterfly fly over the wall? Right? If you want me to go, please make like a butterfly fly over the wall. And the only reason I asked for, a butterfly is because a butterfly symbolizes, transformation, and kind of going into that mountain, I knew God was going to transform me in some way, shape, or form, or reveal himself to me in some way, shape, or form. And so what ended up happening, and the reason I also asked for a butterfly was because there was like no bugs out, right? There was like not a single butterfly in sight. So I'm like, God, I want to see something supernatural, right? And a butterfly was definitely going to be on the top of that list, And so I prayed about it, and I waited. And I'm like, what are the odds of him actually having a butterfly fly over this fence right now? And I kid you not, guys, not even 2 minutes later, a butterfly just out of nowhere comes out of like a bush and like flies over the fence. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, what are the odds of that, right? Because there was no reason. It wasn't even a season for butterflies to even be out. And I'm like, all right, God. Like, this is like all increasing my faith. And I'm like, all right, God. Like, that's your sign. I'm going to go. I don't care what people say. You tell me to go. I'm going to go. And so what I ended up doing is I threw my backpack over, right? I'm like, well, now I have to go because all my stuff is over there. So I hopped up and I jumped over, and you wouldn't believe who I came across once I did. And so stay tuned for tomorrow's video, guys, and I will let you know what happened next.